When you shoot at a wall or box, you can tell if your bullet can go through it by the mark it leaves behind. A hole means a bullet went through, while this decal, where it shows a crater-like impact, means that your bullet cannot. There are 3 types of bullet penetration in Valorant, which are low, medium, and high. There are also different types of materials that correspond to the type of bullet penetration. We have glass and wood that is considered low, stone or brick for medium, and metal for high. The damage you inflict or receive depends on the type of material, the angle you shoot at, how thick the material is, and the type of gun you are using. In this Excel chart I created, you can see the damage without wall penetration, cost, magazine size, and damage depending on the different types of distances and more. All this information is actually available in the description box when you hover over a gun in the buy menu. The classic Shorty, Frenzy, Stinger, and Bucky all have low penetration. For medium penetration, you have the Ghost, Spectre, Judge, Bulldog, Guardian, Phantom, Vandal, and Marshal. And for high penetration, you have the Sheriff, Operator, Ares, and Odin. One thing I found out, wall penetration does not have any effect on bullet speed or alters the travel distance. For example, the Vandal has no damage fallout even past 50 meters and will do the same amount of damage through the wall when the target is close or far away. However, for the Classic, there is damage fallout at 15 meters, 20, and 30 meters, and the damage done when shot through a wall will be adjusted the same way. I thought this would be a very simplistic task, so I went into a custom game with one of my friends and I started to document how much damage each weapon does through each type of material at the optimal range as seen in this Excel chart. However, it became a lot more complicated than I thought, and was really hard to test because of the variation of damage is dependent on the thickness of the material the bullet has to travel through. And overall, it actually wouldn't be helpful to know all these specific numbers. From what I have tested, every single gun can shoot through each type of material, however it is dependent on the angle you shoot it at. The type of material will also play a factor in how much damage you take. For example, the Classic can shoot through a metal corner, but for a wooden box, your bullets won't be able to penetrate through it. Even thin steel will minimize damage enough for you to take an operator shot in the leg or body. In most cases where people use the Phantom and Vandal, it is good to spam and try to get a wallbang since you can do a fairly large amount of damage. In general, wallbanging is very useful when using guns with medium or high penetration, and if you know an enemy is hiding in a certain spot, you can shoot through it at a safe distance. If you really want to exploit wall penetration, you should use the LMGs to do tons of damage. From what I've learned, wall penetration in Valorant is very janky. As my friend the Dumbling Diddler was helping me out when we were testing, he stated,
The box is coded as a minion.
the first reason on why wall penetration is janky is that the damage output is not consistent. I am shooting at the exact same spot, and as you can see here, the Stinger does 14, 22, 17, and then 16 damage. Another reason is that when materials differ on each side of the wall, it can get tricky when determining if your bullets will go through or not. And since the bullet penetration is heavily dependent on the thickness of the material and the angle you shoot at, even the slightest angle change will affect the amount of damage or the possibility to shoot through the wall or box. And finally, you can still get shot and take damage through boxes even though there should be no bullet penetration at all. In summary, wall penetration in Valorant appears to be simplistic when first looking at it, but becomes way more complex as you dive deep. It would be fantastic if Riot can come out with actual numbers or information to help us better understand these mechanics. I also found some common areas where people shoot at expecting wall penetration to work, but it actually doesn't. So I'll be uploading 4 quick videos going over wall penetration for each map. Thanks for watching.